"I can't do this anymore, Monica." The words cracked out of him like something dying. Nicholas Ross, millionaire, untouchable, bulletproof, was on his knees in the mud of St. Louis Cemetery, sobbing into his dead wife's grave. What he didn't know? She was standing 10 feet behind him, alive, watching, hidden behind dark glasses and a name that wasn't hers. For 6 months, Monica had let the world believe she died in that car explosion. Let him believe it. And now, disguised as Olivia Price, his new consultant, she'd been testing him, watching, waiting to see if the man she married would survive her death or become someone she didn't recognize. But what she saw broke her. Because Nicholas hadn't moved on, he hadn't replaced her, he hadn't become cold, he'd just shattered. And now, as he whispered something into the dirt that made her chest collapse, "I'm sorry, I couldn't save you." Monica realized the cruelest thing she'd ever done wasn't faking her death. It was making him live through it. But before she could step forward, before she could end this, a black sedan pulled up. Federal agents, and Thatcher Vale, the man who'd tried to kill her, was about to be arrested. The question was, would Nicholas survive learning the truth? Or would it destroy him all over again?
Welcome back, beautiful soul. What you're about to witness isn't just a story, it's a mirror. A reflection of love's truest test, of grief's deepest valley, and of faith's quiet power to resurrect what the world thought was lost. This is for everyone who's ever loved someone so deeply that losing them felt like losing yourself. For everyone who's wondered if love really does conquer all. Settle in. Let your heart be present, because this story, it's going to change something in you. Nicholas Ross hadn't slept in 43 days. Not since the funeral. Not since they lowered Monica into Louisiana soil and told him to move forward, as if a man could just move forward when half his soul was buried 6 feet under. He used to run an empire. Now he couldn't even run a morning without her. The board called. He didn't answer. His assistant knocked. He didn't hear. The world kept spinning, but Nicholas stayed frozen, trapped in the last moment he saw her smile, heard her laugh, felt her hand squeeze his before she drove away that morning. "I'll be home by dinner, baby, I promise." She never made it. And now, kneeling in the dirt of St. Louis Cemetery, rain soaking through his tailored suit, Nicholas pressed his palm against the cold marble headstone and finally said what he'd been holding back. "I don't know how much longer I can do this without you." 10 feet away, hidden beneath an umbrella and a name that wasn't hers, Olivia Price heard every word. And Monica Ross, alive, breathing, breaking, had to bite down on her own fist to keep from screaming.
6 months earlier. Monica had noticed the numbers first, millions moving through shell accounts, board votes happening behind Nicholas's back, signatures that didn't match. She'd gone to Thatcher Vale, Nicholas's business partner, the man who'd stood beside him at their wedding. He smiled, calm, too calm. "Monica, you're stressed. Let Nicholas handle the business." But Maribel Knox, the only person in that company with a conscience, pulled her aside in the parking garage that night, voice shaking. "Don't drive your car tomorrow. Please, just don't." Monica didn't listen. The brakes failed on Highway 10. The explosion was supposed to erase her, but sometimes God hides you to save you. She woke up 3 days later in a rural hospital, face bandaged, ribs shattered, and saw the news coverage of her own funeral. Nicholas broken, Thatcher comforting him. And Monica realized if she came back now, they'd finish the job. So she whispered to the only person who knew she was alive, "Let them believe I'm dead, but first I need to know if Nicholas was in on it." Sometimes the hardest truth to face is the one closest to home. If this story is stirring something in your spirit, don't let it pass through you, let it stay. Subscribe, not for us, but for the part of you that believes love like this still matters.
3 months later, Olivia Price walked into Nicholas Ross's office. New face, new name, new life. Monica had spent weeks recovering, reshaping herself into someone unrecognizable. Darker hair, different voice, a coldness in her eyes that Monica Ross never had. She came as a corporate consultant. Nicholas barely looked up, but she watched everything. The way he turned down a deal that would have made millions because it violated labor laws Monica once fought against. The way he still wore his wedding ring. The way he flinched when someone said her name. One afternoon, testing him, Olivia asked, "Do you believe people can come back from the dead?" Nicholas looked out the window, jaw tight. "No," he said quietly, "but I believe some people never really leave." And that's when Olivia, Monica, realized the devastating truth. Nicholas hadn't moved on. He never would. But as she turned to leave his office, she saw something on his desk that stopped her cold. A file with her name on it and a date from yesterday.
Monica's hands shook as she opened the file. Private investigator reports, financial forensics, wire transfers. Nicholas had been investigating her death this whole time. He knew something was wrong. He just didn't know she was alive. That same week, the FBI closed in. Months of evidence, Monica's evidence combined with Nicholas's, had finally cornered Thatcher Vale. The arrest happened fast. Nicholas got the call to come to the federal building downtown. They had questions. They had answers. Monica stood in the hallway, heart hammering. This was it. Reveal herself now, or let the truth arrive on its own. Truth doesn't rush, it arrives. She waited. Nicholas walked through the glass doors, exhausted, grieving, still wearing that ring. The agent led him down the hall, toward the conference room, toward her. The door opened. Nicholas froze. His face went white. But he wasn't looking at Monica. He was looking at the man sitting across from her, alive, smiling. "Hello, Nicholas. Surprised to see me?" It was Thatcher Vale, and he wasn't in handcuffs. In this moment, everything hangs in the balance, truth and lies, loyalty and betrayal. If you're feeling what Nicholas is feeling right now, that devastating moment when you realize nothing is what it seemed, then you understand why stories like this matter. Subscribe, because we need reminders that truth always finds its way home. "He's been helping us," the agent said quickly. "Thatcher wore a wire. He turned state's witness." Nicholas's knees buckled. And then Monica stepped forward. "Nicholas." His head snapped toward her voice, that voice he'd heard in dreams, in prayers, in the silent agony of 43 sleepless nights. "Nicholas." She pulled off the glasses, the wig, the mask she'd worn for 6 months. And Nicholas Ross, the man who'd lost everything, collapsed into her arms and sobbed like the world had just given him back his breath. She explained it all, the test, the danger, the love that wouldn't let her risk his life by coming back too soon. "Grief broke me," Nicholas whispered, "but it didn't corrupt me, because you taught me what love looks like." Weeks later, they returned to St. Louis Cemetery together. They removed the headstone, a resurrection, a truth stronger than death. As they walked away hand in hand, Nicholas asked softly, "But Monica, what if there's more you still don't know?" She stopped. "What do you mean?" He handed her a folder. Inside, a pregnancy test, dated the morning she died. Positive. Love isn't just what we do when people are watching, it's what we become when they're gone. If this story touched the place in your heart where your deepest loves live, then let it mean something. Subscribe, not because we asked, but because you felt it, because stories that honor love this pure deserve to be remembered.